All right. So we have all of our racers ready to go. Do you want to count them in, Sap, or should I?
I can
Oh no.
count them in for sure. Would you like me to give an introduction of the runners really quick, just in case we missed them? I think
I
we're good. Maybe.
I think we can do the intro on the way because we're gonna have
Yep.
plenty of time to
That
chat,
sounds.
just you and me.
You're right. That sounds fine. So, I'll wait until everybody's hovered over new game. Uh, Make sure you're hovered over easy, and then I'll start the countdown. All right, everyone's shown their comics. Everyone's wearing Scarlet Spidey. And we are in for a good race. Alrighty. Spyran is. Fetty, are you on easy? You ready? Okay. Alright. In 3, 2, 1, go. So to start off, we just got some simple swinging levels. Um, Immediately, the story starts off with Spider-Man getting framed for stealing a very dangerous device that gasses up the entire city. But he's not going to deal with that right away. He's just going to swing, and in the next level here, after these swinging scenes, he's going to meet the first hero, Black Cat, and just deal with some bank robbers. But for now, once we get to the second level, we'll come across the first comic book, which will be on a fantastic building, Fantastic Four building to be exact. Um, I see Spyran is up ahead. He's the first one that's going to be grabbing this comic, and he's going to restart so he can realign himself, get himself good to go, and move on. So next up, they're gonna swing to the top of the building after grabbing that comic book and deal with the pesky little thugs that are chilling out on the top and moving on to the next level. So we got a lot of comics to collect in this run, 32 to be exact. So we got almost a comic every single run. Most levels there is a comic, and there's some weird way to get them. So moving on, we've got hostage situation. This is going to be our first actual skip of the game. You can jump over a wall to deload the level and get through the level a lot quicker. You got to save some hostages. So, oh, it looks like Spyron's going to restart. He accidentally loaded in the level, and so did Chuck. So we're going to move on to Jesse. Jesse looks to be fine. He's going to go through and get these hostages. Save the 2 hostages, and he's moving on. So everybody's kind of tied up right now. They're on the door, and then they're going to go grab the second comic book, which will be hidden in that little chair in the cubicle. Pretty nice. They're going to save those 2 hostages. Not really save them, just swing by them while they're still armed robbers and just go on to the next level.
So how competitive are their times compared to each other?
So, well, for emulator, so the world record time is held by Sodalier at I believe, maybe Spyran. I don't even remember that. But it's around a 35-minute time for Spyran, and I would say, I think Fetty sits around a 38, 37 area, and Jesse and Chuck are both in the 40, like 39 to 41 area of the time, but they've both practiced a lot. They've all practiced a lot since I've seen them run, so this, they could have picked up a lot of tricks. Now, here's an interesting one that Chuck's on right now, where you've got to clip through the door and grab because he clipped through the door to make the level a little bit easier, and he has to clip all the way back and get the comic rather than having the door open for him. Spyran, we're going to move on over to Spyran. He's currently swinging over to save JJ from Scorpion. Kind of JJ's own mess, if you ask me, but that's besides the point. This level's pretty simple. Just some swinging. You just, ignore the people, swing up. Once you get to this last, third to last building, the comic will be on the right side, just chilling. Spyran just picked it up, and then he can move on. This is I will say this is, whenever I started running, I kind of avoided all comics because I was intimidated, but now that I've ran it more, and I can really suggest this category. It's pretty fun, and it kind of gives you that chasing for stars feel on the Mario 64 speedruns. Kind of gives me that vibe. So here we go. For Scorpion, the next comic, you gotta break all of the furniture within the first room while Scorpion's trying to just kill JJ, I guess. He's not very happy about what JJ put him in, and he's gonna deal. And while Spider-Man's not saving JJ, he's just gonna break all this furniture, and hopefully JJ breaks some furniture on the side by hiding behind it and bait Scorpion to break it. Kind of leaves some extra room for them to. And then we got the last chair here, and then the comic shows up. You can hard lock yourself by crashing your game. We just learned recently. If you pick up an item, or if you break furniture, the second to last piece of furniture, while Scorpion also breaks the last piece of furniture and has the comic appear, it will just crash your game. So you got to be careful about those last two pieces of furniture. Unfortunately for Spyran, he had to wait through a cutscene because JJ ran through the door onto the next room. Sometimes you can get away with killing Scorpion before JJ moves on, and it saves about 6 to 10 seconds of, not having to watch a cutscene. Moving on to the next level, Police Chopper Chase. Spyran will be moving on. This one's another swing level, except this time around the police are chasing after you. And I get the police, but I don't understand the motive behind nuking everything in Spider-Man's path. I feel like that's a little much, but, we're here. And for this comic, you just gotta wait that building out. It'll get exploded by the helicopter, and the comic will be there waiting. It appears that Fetty and Jesse are pretty much in the same spot. They're a good tie up. They're just behind Spyran. Spyran could. All he's got to do is, hit a death corner, miss a comic, something, and easily Jesse and Fetty could get ahead. So this is one of their games at the moment. Right now, JJ and Scorpion are giving ChuckNicey a hard time, unfortunately, but that's just the nature of the beast when it comes to Scorpion. For when it comes to what Spyran and Fetty and Jesse are at, I think this one's called Missile Attack. This one is just you just climb up a building the whole time. Unfortunately, this level is extremely loud, but we can get through this one quick if we just use the right bumper to zip up to the ceiling at very certain points of the climb. This is one of those levels you play as a kid that's like, oh my god, this level takes forever. But when you're speedrunning it, you're like, wow, it was that easy the whole time. But moving on to the next comic, Spyran is going to be swinging over to this crane on the side of the map. And it's actually an Easter egg. It is the Hobgoblin's lair. He's got some pumpkin bombs just chilling out, and not really much there besides, some Green Goblin Easter eggs. Pretty nice for the fans. And then he'll move on to just swing out through the level and finish it out. And then Fetty also is grabbing that comic at the same time. And then here we go to another skip. Spyran just grabbed at the Scale the Girders level. This one's called Flying Spider. I believe it or not, Spider-Man can fly in this game. It's pretty amazing. But when it comes to getting it done in the comics, for some reason, moving to the right to grab that comic book, you have to really get good at reorienting yourself, and that skip can be a little bit harder to do. But Spyran was able to pull it off pretty well. And then Jesse's coming up on the Scale the Girders as well. I hope that, it doesn't give him as much trouble as here. Moving on to the next level for Spyran. I police evaded. There is a skip you can do here. I don't know if he's going to do it. I would love to see him do it. He is going to do it. Teleparker. This one is interesting. Basically, you just hit a weird pixel and allows you to teleport. It's just skips you through halfway through that level. It's kind of giving him a hard time. I think he's just going to move on. I don't blame him. That one is tough. You got to hit a very specific pixel to teleport. It'd be like that. I wonder if Jesse's going to try it. I don't think he will. He did learn it, but I think it'd be interesting to see. Nah. I won't curse anyone into doing a hard skip that they don't want to do. Moving on, we got Spyran going to the next boss fight, which is Rhino. And similarly to Scorpion, you just gotta break all the stuff in the area. Spyran's gonna pull off a little trick to get... Oh, he didn't pull it off. He was gonna attempt to get Rhino stuck behind those barrels so he didn't have to deal with them for a little bit while he tries and breaks these. Personally, for me, whenever I'm fighting Rhino and going for the comic, I already know that I'm going to get another Spidey armor ahead of time, so I just hug the barrels and blast them as fast as I can. And then he's going to grab that second group. I don't understand how that one didn't blow up, but it's okay. We got Chuck going for Teleparker. Let's see how it goes. He's going to wait out that helicopter. Smart move. And then we got Jesse also dealing with Rhino in his own way. Looks kind of rough. He's just chucking... Actually, that's not a bad idea, doing damage to Rhino while breaking them just by throwing them at the boss himself. Not a bad idea. And then Chuck is going to move on to the next fight, to the Rhino fight himself. Spyran finishes the Rhino fight and will be moving on to an auto-scroller type of level. This one is just... You're just chasing Venom, but in reality, you're fast and you're ahead of him the whole time. So we're just going to have to wait this one out. And there are 2 comics to get in this one. So this level is a little different with having 2. Most of them... I think this is the only level that has 2 comics. Yeah, I believe it is. So he's going to make his way to the first construction site for this one. And there will be a comic there. And then he'll have to go through a cutscene of sorts before the next one. Jesse cleaning up Rhino, and then he will be moving on to chase Venom as well. And Fetty also in the same area. He's going... This is a... They're all on the... We got 3 people on the same level, and Chuck is right behind him. So this is a... This is a close one. Kind of hard to commentate because they're all like in different spots, but I'm having fun. Do you have any comments about the run so far, Laura?
I I'm still processing. Like, this is really,
There's
really fun. I have to
there's a
admit.
lot.
Oh, there is so much going on. It's actually, like, even harder as someone who never played this game casually, because
Right.
I'm simultaneously seeing everyone do everything, but also
Mm-hmm.
following four people at the same time.
Yep. It's pretty rough, and coming from someone that I've ran this game a lot. I'm the current world record holder for any percent, and it took me like thousands of tries, and I still am struggling to keep track of all of these guys and what they're doing because the skips are just back to back to back and just insane.
Oh, this game is go, 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 go. It's
Oh
just pure
yeah.
go mode the whole time from what I'm
Yeah.
seeing.
Yeah, especially because they've got really good movement tech down and just the swings and all that. Spyran is going to get the next comic. I didn't even he just landed right on top of it, so we didn't even get to see it. But you can see the comic in the Venom boss fight by just picking up that cop car that's chilling there, and he's gonna take Venom out after that with some web gloves.
So why are they wearing a different costume for this segment?
So they're wearing the armored Spidey costume. There is a yellow, like it's basically an extra health bar. It's part of the game. It's not a costume you equip. It's basically like to show that he's got armor coated
Got
around
it.
himself.
All
Um,
right.
so maybe they shouldn't have had that on if they want to show the actual costume, but
See, you commentators curse. Now they're gonna get hit and lose the extra armor.
yeah.
That's
you
how
know,
these marathons work.
they'll most of the time you lose the armor around Subway because Subway's an auto scroller and there's a lot of sometimes the lizards will just sit there and beat you up while you're sitting through this auto scroller. Just kind of depends on how they do it. Moving on to the sewer areas. This one is, once we get past the actual pipes, we don't have to deal with skyfalls like dropping off of buildings or anything like that, but we more have to worry about water and drowning. So there's a lot of hallways, they keep themselves confined on this one. Basically, the story goes that Venom has captured MJ and is keeping MJ within the sewers, and Spider-Man is trying to figure it out, but Venom actually thinks he's doing the right thing here because he's in his lethal protector era, and he thinks that Spider-Man is actually, wanted, and so he's doing this to stop Spider-Man, essentially. Very backwards thinking, but I get where he's coming from. I don't really know because he sees Spider-Man during the whole thing and knows that it wasn't him deep down, but whatever. Spyron's gonna grab this comic on the side. It's hidden behind like a waterfall of sewage. But once he grabs that, he's just gonna do some swinging around these pipes and just move on to the next level. And the next level will be the auto scroller that I'm talking about. There's not gonna be a comic, and it's just 2 minutes of waiting for the train to reach the station.
That sounds like a fantastic opportunity to everyone in chat. Get in those donations because, oh my goodness, I have completely forgotten that, I need to remind you all, we're raising money for Reels for Hope. So we are here making sure that people can get adoptions going on. We want to match good families with good adoptees. And to do that, we need your help to make these reels. Now, we've got Spider-Man themed stuff, so I want to see your favorite Spider-Man characters because I'm a Spider-Gwen girl. I'm not afraid to admit it. Spider-Gwen's the best character. Unfortunately, she's a little after this was made.
I get that. I really like Ben Riley, which is why I donated for the Scarlet Spidey suit because that's his suit. Ben Riley he's just got it bad, Imagine being given
Yeah,
someone else's life and you're not allowed to participate in your own memories. That would suck. But
yeah.
he's essentially a clone of Peter Parker and just has all of his memories and his life, but doesn't get to do anything about it. And as you can see, Spyron's no hands gets to do nothing while he sits clipped into the lizard on Subway. Gets a free 2-minute break, just gets to sit there and relax. There is another method that you can do to get through this and not take damage. Like, as you can see, the lizard is swinging at him and bonking him every now and then. You can hold triangle and circle just to grab, and if you hold triangle and circle, you just hold on to the lizard the whole time. And we call it hug the homie. You hug the homie the whole level.
I appreciate Spyran showing off the jewel case for his copy.
Yeah. Hey, those jewel cases are hard to come by, especially in good condition.
Oh,
I'm sure. They can crack so easily.
Also, shoutouts to all of my fellow pinball players. As someone who's recently spent entirely too much time on the Venom pinball table recently, this universe is very much ingrained in my memories right now.
Did Fetty forget a comic?
You would have to tell me. I don't know. Is there a way to check?
I don't know. I must have missed it if that's the case. I just saw someone in chat say it. I can't get over Jesse and his green screen to look like Miss Fantastic. It's killing me. But moving on, Spyran just exited the subway. He's going on to a sewage plant, and he's going to grab the next comic on the left side. And this level's pretty long if you do it no skips, but he's just going to say screw it, and we're going to go in between this. Oh my god, what a zip. Holy crap. That's not very easy to do. Usually you have to go into targeting mode to go in between that, and even then, if you're lucky if you can swing through it, but the man just zipped straight up. I don't know how he did that one. That is usually a 2-minute level, but being able to skip that straight to the last lever is very helpful. Moving on to hidden switches. This one's just a bunch of lizards and hit all the buttons. Oh, and then he gets sniped by a lizard and falls into the water. How unfortunate. Oh, he restarted sewer entrance. He already got it. Okay. That's good to hear. So right now we've got Fetty. We've got Fetty in... I think it's really even hard to tell. All three of them besides Spyran are on the train. So, like, this is pretty neck right now. And it's, I think, all their bars are pretty lined up, too. Man. Moving on to the next level for Spyran, which will be Tunnel Crawl. This one you got to be really careful with. Casually, you want to wait for the water to come up, as you're hiding. But Spyran is going to just do this thing that we do that allows us to zip to the ceiling and hopefully get through this entire tunnel segment in one cycle without the water killing him. He's going to do that just fine as Jesse gets through the grate on sewage plant, and he's going to move on to the tunnel crawl himself, or hidden switches himself. And we got Chuck pulling off. What's up?
I have a challenge for you.
Yeah.
You realize how hard it is to commentate for all four of these at the same time because there's a lot to track?
Right.
I need you to realize something.
Yeah.
You're the only person who plays this game on the microphone right now, which means you're the one that has to call time for all four of them.
Okay. I can do that.
Okay.
I can definitely do that. As long as... Okay, yeah, for sure.
I felt that should be pointed out at this point.
Yeah, I'll definitely get enough time to call that one out because that last level's a decent amount of time, about 2 minutes or so. So I'll definitely have time to, look over and get ready to call that out.
Sounds good.
All right, so we've got Jesse in Tunnel Crawl. We've got Chuck in Hidden Switches and Spyran in Lizard Maze. We'll actually get to see another Spider-Man villain in this, but you don't fight him. You just talk to him. He just kind of sits there. but it is the lizard man himself. And he kind of just, yeah, he just sits there, and then once you talk to him, a comic will appear. I'm assuming you won't get to see him. He'll be there and then gone because, you know, we're trying to do this fast, but that's how it is.
Just a little guy.
So there are other glitches for tunnel crawl as well that are way harder, that allow you to just, like, you can do flying spider a second time, like from Scale the Girders, to go over the wall and hit a level trigger without going all the way across and hitting levers. But we can't do that in this run specifically because that would not allow them to grab the comic. Now that Spyran is done with getting the comic, he's going to go through these walls by doing the classic clip into the corner. I think what's happening there is Spider-Man is, like, he zips to the nearest wall, and if you're looking past the, like, looking at the corner a certain way, he can zip to the wall through the initial wall and just deload the level or get outside of it. It's kind of weird. I don't really understand it, but Spyran is going to be fighting Venom for the second time, and this one is no comic. It's just going to be Venom. Ooh, Chuck is going crazy on tunnel crawl. That freaked me out a little bit. Interesting zip. And we got Jesse moving on to Lizard Maze, and we got Fetty doing pretty well. He's caught up. He is in. Let me try and think of the placement right here. So currently Spyran's in the lead. Just he's going to be going to SIB, the next comic, which is the first level with a bunch of symbiotes. Chuck is going through. Jesse is at second with Lizard Maze, and Fetty is in third, and Chuck is in fourth, I believe. It's hard to tell. I can't see Fetty's screen at the moment. And then after Spyran grabs this comic, he's going to do a deload trick to get through the wall here. I don't usually do it this way, but I commend him for doing it. Okay, and he does it. Just zips through the wall and deloads the level so he can jump right into the level trigger to move on to Elevator. We got Chuck doing Fetty Fall, a classic trick found in the sequel of this game by Fetty himself, but was, you know, we figured out that same dev, same assets in the way. There's going to be the same glitches in both games in some cases. Spyran's going to do a wall clip to avoid doing the auto scroller for the elevator and grab that comic really quickly to move on to Stop the Presses, which is the next level. As Chuck gets through Venom Puzzle and Jesse gets through the boss of Venom 2. So in Stop the Presses, you just gotta zip through, break some generators, get rid of this box to grab the comic, and then you can clip through the wall here to avoid breaking some of the generators just to get to the level trigger. It looks like Fetty and Jesse are neck and neck, and with Chuck just a little bit behind. And we've got Spyran moving on to Basement. He's going to grab this comic by... I was afraid there that he was going to try and do the skip, and if he did that, he was not going to be able to grab the comic, but he is going to be putting out the steam to spawn this comic in the fire. Now, there's a couple different things you can do to break some time, and Spyran's going to do a wall clip, and he does it just to deload the level and get through. I think he's got to do it again. He didn't quite deload the level just right. As Jesse is going to be moving through SIB, grabbing the comic, and Chuck is moving through Lizard Maze. And Fetty is right behind Jesse. Well, I can't tell who's... Actually, no. Fetty's a little bit ahead, I think. Jesse's not going to do the skip. He's just going to go through the rest of that level casually, though. And then for Mysterio, you just got to shoot these pylons that he has on his suit and then get to the second stage, and the comic will appear on one of the platforms behind his feet. But you only get a couple seconds to grab it. This one can despawn, which is... that can be rather annoying in a speedrun, as you could probably guess. Once it despawns, you have to restart the level for it to come back. Pretty unfortunate to happen. Another level it can happen on is a boss fight later on in the game. And I'll make that be known if it does happen. But... we've got Fetty doing the same wall clip that Spyran did. Pretty good trick. Spyran will be moving on to Waterfront Warehouse. For this one, the objective is to break 5 generators, and there's also... oh, this is the other level with 2 comics. I knew there was a second one. This one's going to have 2 comics as well, and he's going to make his way through the warehouse. Usually this one's pretty quick on any percent. He's going to use a web dome to break that generator instantly. I didn't even know you could do that. So that's cool. I learned something new every day. He's going to break the next generator after grabbing the first comic in the level. And then the last one, and then move through the tunnels. So that level, Waterfront Warehouse, is very quick if you're on any percent. You can skip breaking all of the generators and find the level, jump into the level trigger pretty quickly if you do it right. He's going to grab the comic and cartridge for himself in the vent, and then move his way down. And then another glitch on the next one, just clipping through the floor to grab that comic, an underwater trench. The only other way to get that comic is by completing the entire level, which is about a 2-minute swing, and then hitting a lever and then turning all the way back just to grab the comic. And then you got to turn all the way back and go to the end again to finish the level. Unless you just clip through the ground, which makes it so much easier. We're coming across the last stretch of the game on Spyran's end, on everybody's end. Everyone's hitting end game, and we will be running from Monster Rock short enough. First, Spyran's got to get through underwater trench with these pesky lasers, do stop the fog, and not have his game crash on him. Stop the fog, you have to hit 3 levers. There is a glitch that allows you to hit the same lever 3 times instead, using the fire web mechanic. And doing that kind of loads the RAM up of the computer, of the console. And so whenever you try and do this glitch again, it will definitely crash your game, but it definitely still can without it. Spyran's going to do the glitch here. He's stopping the fog skip where he hits the lever 3 times and just goes straight to the next cutscene. Free Black Cat from jail. Or from this crazy prison of an evil scientist. Pretty elaborate, but my question is, like, how do supervillains get away with building elaborate underwater evil bases with lasers and the government doesn't know about it? Like, have you ever wondered that, Alara? What do you think about that?
I think if you spend enough money and grease enough wheels, you can get the people to look away.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I guess, Doc Ock is like an evil scientist, and
I mean, where else is all that bank robbery money going to?
True. Fair enough.
Because if I had a bank's worth of money, I would have long since retired. I don't need to keep evil scheming.
Yeah, that's true. If I had an underwater base, like, why would I use it for evil stuff? I just chill. I don't know, but
But also, if you've
moving.
got underwater base money, I think you have
Yeah,
bribe money.
yeah,
And it's not like these people have scruples that would stop them from doing bribery.
true. So hopefully, Spyron's gonna go for the one cycle Awk and try and grab the comic at the same time. The comic. Ooh, okay, he got the comic. It has a chance to despawn. You straight up literally only get like 5 seconds of hang time there when it comes to grabbing the comic. Um, Moving on to Jesse. He is going to be going through Underwater Trench. Did he grab the comic? Potentially. I didn't notice. Um, Fetty is going to be chilling. He's just finishing up Mysterio, and we'll be catching up on to Waterfront Warehouse as Chuck is going to be finishing up Basement. And then for Spyran, he's just going to clear up Carnage. The comic book was in the middle. You just kind of take some damage to grab it and then fight him again. And then, so get ready for timer stop for Spyran. He will be moving on to the last level, which is Monster Ock. And it's essentially just Doc Ock with Carnage's symbiote chasing after you. It's some really Nightmare Fuel, Resident Evil vibes. When I was 7, I cried and made my brother beat this level for me. Moving on. There are 2 comics in this one. I know I said there was only a couple levels, but there are 3. So here we go. Spyron's going to grab the first comic on the first floor, and then he's just going to have to swing through until the next comic, which is on the second to last floor on this level. As Fetty clears up Waterfront Warehouse, ChuckNicey will be just entering it, and Jesse will be clearing up Stop the Fog. Is there anything you would like to say at this moment, Laura, while they swing through?
I would like to say that y'all are amazing. There is so much going on, but you have raised a ton of money, and there's still plenty more to do, so thank you. This is going to be my last shift as host, so if you want me to get any donations of yours read, this is the time to do it, because after this, I am handing off the mic to someone else.
You heard it here, guys. Now's the time. I'm very hyped that people were as excited as I am to bid on their favorite costume. I love this costume, and I'm glad that this costume got chosen. It's my favorite. Spyron's going to be grabbing the second comic here, and he's going to be moving on to the last level, and he's getting ready to hit that level trigger. As Jesse gets through Doc Ock, unfortunately, I hate that boss. And then we will stop the timer for Spyran right about now. Sorry. And then for Jesse, he's going to be clearing up Doc Ock while Fetty goes through stopping the fog, I believe, at this moment. And Chuck will be entering Underwater Trench. And then we got the comics shown for Spyran, so there we go. Spyran has completed all 32 comics. Congratulations to Spyran. GG, brother. Mr. Fantastic himself. Jesse is going to be restarting on Doc Ock. Doc Ock's giving him some trouble. I don't blame him. It is terrible. And he's going to miss the one cycle, but he might get a chance to grab the comic? He does not. Yeah, it's unfortunate that that comic spawns in a very weird spot and only there for seconds at a time. It's brutal. And Fetty will be moving on to that level as well, and Chuck will be there right behind them. He isn't stopping the fog. Once he finishes that up, he will be right there with them. Oh, and the comic is... Oh, is he gonna move on? I don't know. I don't know if he got the comic. It's very possible he did. It's very possible he didn't. He's gonna move on and get Carnage as Chuck deals with stopping the fog.
Yes, that does it.
He's going to grab that comic and go right back out and deal with Carnage all over again. While we wait through the cutscene on Chuck's side.
You got it. I'll be back.
Fetty, it looks like Fetty is going to be in close time as well. Moving on to, he's going to grab that. And then Jesse clears Carnage, moving on to the last fight as Chuck moves to Doc Ock.
Some way to draw power away from his shield.
ChuckNicey
is
the one that inspired me to do comics in the first place by doing the 16 comics category. And I actually, I was like, 16 might not be bad as 32. So I did that. And now I love this category. It's a fun time. It doesn't feel as serious as any percent. Jesse's going to grab the second to last comic and move on to his level. I don't know how I'm going to stop the timer for Fetty. I can't see his screen.
That's it. Time to pay the piper, Ock.
We'll make it work.
Okay. I will watch the timer
Looks like his shield is regenerated.
on the other stream as well, but I will let you know what I see there.
But then this.
That's a sonic bubble.
Fetty finished. Fetty could not get that comic. It's a struggle. Doc Ock is not a fun person to deal with. He's not fun in any percent either. He's a real pain. Jesse will be almost done here in a second as Chuck is right behind him cleaning up Carnage. And I don't know if it's worth mentioning, but Spyran just has completed at a second ago. Do you know the official time for Spyran by chance?
Not off the top of my head. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Okay, there we go. Jesse's gonna grab the last comic.
Looks like a 37:20 it is for Spyran.
And then Jesse will be hitting time here soon.
The bed goes up here. Press R1 to zip line up.
Jesse will be finishing up right about now. Jesse is finished. And once he goes to the comic page,
Let off.
we can give him the official thumbs up or the thumbs down. So Fetty cleans up Carnage, and Chuck goes through the last level.
swinging, Spidey.
This run can be really rough because not only are there tons of glitches, but these comics can just be hard to grab in general, especially like Doc Ock. Doc Ock, that exact thing ruined my PV for all comics just 2 days ago, so I am feeling their pain right now. I completely understand what they're going through.
Getting closer to the surface.
GG's to Jesse as we move on to Chuck.
Level 3. 2 more to go.
Fetty will be clearing up Carnage and moving on to the last level as well.
Can't shake him. He's breathing down my neck.
And we will see who we're going to be finishing off through the moves.
2.
Now, I don't even want to jinx it, but I already did. Oh no. Oh no! Chuck.
Commentator's curse.
No, I shouldn't. I thought about it. I didn't even say it, and it happened. I'm so sorry, Chuck. So Chuck had to turn back for that comic and lost it there, allowing Betty to get ahead.
Hey guys, don't worry about it. Spoiler alert, I missed the comic in the Doc Ock fight, so I gotta go back for that anyway.
Anyway, that level can be a pain, especially when you don't get that comic right on time. Doc Ock will just move right past you, and
It's fine. We're gonna go through this level, and Chuck's gonna get it first try from the start.
oh no.
First try every time.
Oh, so I think Fetty should be done here soon. I don't know his exact time, but he will be
Vaguely
clean.
soon-ish when
Yeah,
the
vaguely
cutscene
soon-ish.
kind of starts, right?
Yeah, it's immediately like when the cutscene starts is his time.
This thing's unstoppable.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay, time for Fetty. And then Fetty will be finishing in third in
Stay away from me.
Chuck. I don't know if Chuck will be going for that last comic or if he will just be calling it, but I will leave that up to him.
Getting closer to the surface.
GG's to Fetty.
Level 3. 2 more to go. Pressure's
Getting
really
just
building.
over a 46-minute time.
Can't shake him.
So, what did you think, Laura?
I think this game is chaotic and it requires entirely too much memorization for me, but I think it's really cool and I love it.
I will say this. I thought the same. But Spider-Man, I mean, besides individual level runs for Spy vs. Spy, Spider-Man 2K, that is the first game I ever speedran, official, like a full game. And it's pretty intimidating, but once you get the swinging down, and you realize the game's just gonna fight back everywhere, it's not terrible. The one thing I can commend it for is low RNG and not really that any menu at all.
Listen, when someone mods in Gwen as a playable character, we
Then
can
it's
have a
time for Chuck.
conversation. GG's. Alright, do we want to risk bringing everyone in so that everyone can do their shout-outs and goodbyes?
Yep, and if we need to break my mic to do that, I will just say my closing thought here. GG's to everybody. It was interesting to try and keep up to 4 runs at the same time, especially in all comics. I appreciate everyone for being here and all the donations towards the costumes. GG's once again to Fetty, Jesse, Chuck, and Spyran.
GG's.
I don't know if mine's working at all.
Chuck and Fetty. Let's start with Chuck.
Oh, man.
Hi everyone. Yeah, as far as shoutouts, thank you to my family who has made time for me to do all this, and thanks to the Spider-Man 2K speedrunning community who has been super welcoming, and big thanks to Spyran for running tech for this event. So thank you very much.
I'm sorry, Chuck.
We're not going to talk about it.
Honestly, thank you guys for having me. If my mic works, but yeah, WiliFetti, you can find me on Speedruns or on Twitch, just playing games or running this game. Struggled a little bit because this game hates me, but thank you for having me. And it was really fun to be here regardless. I love running this game. I love running it with my friends, and I love running it for charity. So thank you guys, and thank you all of the viewers and everyone who's contributed. And even if you're behind the scenes running tech or you're in front of the camera running the game, big shout outs to y'all. So yeah, thank you.
All right, and for the other two runners, if you have something you want to say, I am more than happy to relay it while your audio gets fixed.
Say that again.
All right, so I'm going to summarize real quick because my memory is terrible. Jesse says, it was a fantastic event. Thank you for having me. They're happy to run an event. And can you remind me another bullet point that I probably forgot? And they would love to do this again. And then finally, Spyran, is there anything you want me to relay to the audience? Was your mic working, Spyran? Oh, okay. So, Spyran lied and says that it's their fault. It is not. Spyran has been doing an amazing job. They've had a fantastic time raising money for charity. I'm sorry, I'm just going to sum things up because it was a lot for my tiny brain. That all said, this has also been the end of my time on the microphone. I would gladly pass you off to another amazing host, none other than Curitas, who's going to be taking over on the microphone for y'all. But before we head over to Curitas, we have a short video for you to watch, so enjoy. Bye.